Welcome team to our weekly balance challenge. Let's get started. Coming up onto the left foot, we're going to bring our right toes onto the floor, keeping them there. Circle our ankles around our toes. Just a little bit of a warm up before we get started into our primary balance work. Changing direction of your ankle circles. We'll go in 3, 2, and 1. Always helpful to have a chair nearby, team. Come up onto your left toes, push down into your right foot, stay really tall, eyes on the horizon, circle those ankles. One direction, ankles around toes. Change the direction. Good job. Focus on that nice, smooth breath, team. You're doing great. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Bring your thighs to touch. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, hands can be on thighs, and now I want you to circle your knees around your ankles. And so again, the mobility in our knees is important, so we're just going to bring a little bit of fresh blood circulation into the knee joints, into the ankles, and then finally with the hips. So here we're circling those ankles. Let's change directions once again if you have yet to do that. Try to keep your feet on the ground, heels to toes, inner and outer edges. 3, 2, and 1. Standing nice and tall, separate your feet. All 10 toes facing forward, take your hands to your pelvis and just shift your hips from left to right initially. Good, and then once your hips are all the way over to the left, push your hips back behind you, over to your right, and let's go back the same way that we came. So circle the hips back and over to the left, and one more time, over to the left, circle them back, and over to the right. Now let's take them forward and over to the left, forward and over to the right. One more time, forward and over to your left, and then let's make a complete circle, circling your pelvis around the room, making the movement as big as you can. And focus on those elbows back, chest nice and proud. Let's change directions. 3. Good, and 2. And last one, nice job. Step your feet together. So we're gonna start relatively easy for some of us, taking our arms out to the side, if that's available to you. If you need some support, you know that chair is there for you. And simply lift one leg up, lower it down, lift the other leg up, and lower it down. Really important as we continue to do this standing march, team, that you focus on that posture being nice and upright. Chin tucked in as if you had a book on the crown of your head. And resist any urges here to tuck your tailbone under, rounding your spine. So only lift that knee as high as you can without altering the shape of your low back. Good, lower the arms. Good. So we're starting to get the idea of single leg work. Take a big breath in and exhale, let it go. Perfect. Let's move on from here. Once again, floating those arms up to shoulder height. You're going to shift all the weight over into your left leg and pick your right knee up. And we're just going to hold it there for a few seconds. See how our balance feels. Noticing here how that foot that's on the ground is adjusting every moment of this single leg balance. Squeezing that left glute for 3. See if you can hold it for 2. Maybe you can even hold it longer than me. And 1. Releasing the arms, releasing the leg. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Float those arms up once again. Good. Now we're shifting the weight into our right foot. Come up onto your left tippy toes. Use the chair if you need it. And lift that knee as high as you can. Again, chin tucked in. Back, sides, and front of neck are long. Good. Relax your shoulders. You can soften your elbows. You can turn the corners of your mouth. For 3, whoop. For 2. Last breath, inhale and exhale, lower your foot. Good. Circle your hips around the room, moving on. I neglected to mention at the beginning, you're going to need a sock or a ball for this. So if you need to pause and go grab that right now, step your feet together, grab, I have a sock available to me. We're gonna advance our balance challenge here, pushing the weight down into that left leg, floating your right knee up. Good. Once you're starting to feel a little settled here, you're gonna attempt to throw that ball up and try to catch it. Now that leg can move around to counterbalance the weight of your upper body moving. And you'll notice here that your core is firing to auto-correct you, to bring you back upright, yes? So that's the stability required for balance. Try this for another few more seconds. If you have to place that foot down, that's okay. We'll go 3, whoop, 2, excellent, and 1. Fantastic. Lower your feet. Take a breath. Exhale, let it go. Soften your shoulders, soften your muscles, shifting the weight into your right foot. Come up onto your left tippy toes. Float that knee up if that's available to you. If you need a little support, you can keep your toes on the ground. All right, here we go. Catch. Try and catch it. And what's the worst that's going to happen? That's going to fall to the floor and you have to put your feet down. And that's A-O-whoop-K, just like myself, right? We're still trying, noticing the difference from one side to the next. You're doing great, and this is kind of fun. In 3, in 2, whoop, and 1. Good, both feet on the ground. You can throw that off to the side. Pause, take a big breath in. So you can see our body shifts around. Our leg helps us to counterbalance the weight of what our torso is doing when we're throwing up a ball or sock and catching it. And also, of course, our core muscles are firing. Our arms too are used to counterbalance the weight of our body. So we're going to take our arms away, right? So we're going to push down into that left leg, squeeze the left glute, straighten that right leg because you're pushing it down, float that knee up, and then just cross your arms across your chest. And take a breath. Nice, calm inhale and exhale. Remember, the back of the neck is long. The eyes are on the horizon. Good, okay. This seems somehow a little bit easier than throwing that ball up in the air, and that's okay too. We're just checking things out, challenging our balance. Let's go for 3, whoop, 2, and 1. Good. Lower your feet and pause. You know what I'm going to say here. Take a breath. Exhale. Shift the weight over to the other side. Option to lift that whole leg up. If you need the kickstand, you can take it. Take your arms away. Good. Eyes on the horizon. So our eyes are open right now. So if this gives you a little hint of what's to come, notice the challenge that is without our arms, using to counterbalance the weight of a single leg stance in 3. Good. In 2, so fun. And 1, good. Feet on the ground, breath. So you know what I'm going to say now. We're going to go back, taking our arms away, taking one leg off the ground. Now we're going to take our eyes out of the equation and we'll notice where we are. We might notice that we have to put our foot down and come back up several times, and that is okay. Our body is trying to figure things out. So we're going to be kind, we're going to stay calm, and we're going to look at this as an adventure that we can practice throughout the week. Here we go. Left leg strong, left glute on, lift up out of the waistline. Knee up, arms cross, and now let's close our eyes. Ooh. Nobody said it was going to be easy. And again, keep your eyes closed. Notice that foot wavering, trying to recalibrate without the eyes, right? So everything inputs into our balance. It's not just about muscles or strength. It's about the input from our eyes and outside external forces sometimes too. For 3, whoop, 2, and 1. Open your eyes, arms down, pause. Ooh, it's hard to breathe doing that one, right? If you wanna go back, press pause and start at the beginning as opposed to progressing in these exercises today. Know that there's lots of room. These videos are yours to keep and practice over and over and over again. Shift the weight into your right leg. Stay strong and tall. Lift the knee, cross the arms, turn the lights out. Here we go. Breathing. Smiling. Maybe touching down. Find the calmness in your breath. In 3, whoop, 2, and 1. It is clear that I need a lot of balance with my eyes taken out of the equation. Shake out the legs. We're gonna move on. I know. So again, we're gonna add some perturbation, which is the idea of moving our head from side to side as opposed to an external force like someone coming and trying to poke you, which we don't have access to another person right now, but that would be another way to progress as well. You try to stand on one leg, eyes closed or open, and have someone kind of try to nudge you a little bit. But barring having someone available, we're going to add our head turns with our eyes closed, standing on one leg without the arms. I'm sorry, not sorry. Cross your arms, find your posture. This is the last one, team, I promise. We're gonna shift the weight into the right leg, lift the left knee up. Rather, the left leg is on the ground, the right knee is up. Close the eyes, and I'm not even sure I can do this right now, but I think I'm gonna keep my toes on the ground until I practice this a little bit more. Even that is a challenge in and of itself. Maybe your toes can float off the ground every now and then. And release your foot. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the other side. I didn't say I could do it all. This is a challenge for us all, team. That's why we're in this together. Again, you can start with your toes on the ground, close your eyes and begin turning your head side to side. And then once you're feeling confident, you can lift your toe off of the ground. Oh boy. And start turning your head side to side. Don't talk though like me. That doesn't help the situation. In 3, oh my goshness. 2, and 1. Again, arms down by your side. There's nowhere to go but up as you practice. Let's step outside, feet hip width apart, or slightly outside of hip width apart rather, is what I was trying to say. Circle those hips around. That was fun. Well done, team. Thank you for following along. Feel free to pause. Don't feel that you have to move forward in the exercise. As you can see, it's very clear that I have some work to do. 2, 1. Let's step our feet together. Give our hands a bit of a shake. Again, our nervous system is kind of going, what is going on? So let's just shake things out, right? Shake it out. A little bounce in the step. Keep your feet on the ground. We're gonna go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Enjoy the week of balance. So now you have a few videos to work towards on your daily basis in May, working towards 30 minutes of walking and 10 minutes of balance training every single day of the month of May. Thanks so much for being here, team. Have a wonderful day.